Guten Morgen. Bonjour. Buenos dias. Good morning. We will react to Roman Reigns canceled by the woke WWE fans over Trump support. Roman Reigns canceled by woke WWE fans over Trump support. Let's play.
We are witnessing a very, very entertaining meltdown right now from the IWC on social media, the internet wrestling community, all because Roman Reigns has an opinion that they don't agree with. Yesterday, they were screaming how I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. Hail to the tribal chief. He's the greatest of all time, yada, yada, yada. And now today, because he has an opinion that they don't like, suddenly they're cussing him out. They're calling for him to be canceled.
Fickle, disloyal, perfidious, traitorous, softies, bro. Yo. Weak, weak.
From the IWC on social media,
let him support who he wants to support, bro. Who are you to dictate who somebody supports and who somebody doesn't? Cease the BS, yo.
Has an opinion that they don't agree with. Yesterday,
get over
they
it.
Were screaming how I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. Hail to the tribal chief. He's the greatest of all time. Yada yada yada. And now today,
if he's not abusing you or mistreating you, what is the issue, yo? If he is not looking down on or condescending people who disagree with DJT or with MAGA, what is the issue? If he isn't looking down on or condescending people who disagree with DJT, if he isn't looking down on or condescending people who disagree with DJT or with MAGA, what is the issue, yo? Cease the fragility, bro. Please. It is weak. It is corny. It is cringy. It is terrible. It is terrible. Hateable. Detestable. Bozo-ish.
Yesterday, they were screaming how I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. Hail to the tribal chief. He's the greatest of all time. Yada, yada, yada. And now today, because he has an opinion that they don't like, suddenly they're cussing him out. They're calling for him to be canceled. It seriously is a crazy,
dictatorial
crazy
people,
we're seeing right now.
Woke people, fragile
people.
They're
cussing him out. They're calling for him to be canceled.
Partialists,
it seriously
cultists.
Is a crazy, crazy meltdown that we're seeing right now, and it's all from mentally ill people, gender confused weirdos, people with pronouns in their bio, and
don't agree with the mentally ill label. They are deluded, yes, brainwashed, yes, but this mentally ill stuff.
Greatest of all time, yada yada yada. And now today, because he has an opinion that they don't like, suddenly they're cussing him out. They're calling for him to be canceled. It seriously is a crazy, crazy meltdown that we're seeing right now. And it's all from mentally ill people, gender confused weirdos, people with pronouns in their bio, and all you can do is laugh at these losers, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So Roman Reigns tells Vanity Fair that he supports Donald Trump. I support our president. Trump is one of those guys where he's got a vast history, a huge background. He's been in entertainment. He's been in business, politics. He says, I'm supporting a bright future for our country, positive and competent leadership for us to be what we're supposed to be, a world.
Yeah, I see what he's saying with the competent leadership. We voted for that. Those of us who voted for DJT in November on my Earthstrong November 5th. Yeah, we voted for that. DJT, he's done great things in this second term, bro. Facts. He's done truly great and truly laudable things in this second term, but he's also done injudicious things, crazy things, things that don't deserve commendation or veneration, things that don't deserve commendation or veneration, including saying he's going to own Gaza. Including pardoning all 1,500 J6ers, bro. Crazy. Including calling for the abolishment of CFPB, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which is an agency that has returned $21 billion to people who were financially harmed and done dirty by deceptive banks. CFPB sues banks who engage in deceptive and abusive practices. CFPB monitors activity. CFPB protects people against fraud. Yeah. But DJT says the CFPB should be abolished all the way because it is too restrictive. There's too many regulations. It is woke, but it is not sensible to abolish the whole thing or eliminate the whole thing because a plenitude of people did benefit from CFPB. So to abolish it would be injudicious, rash, stupid, harebrained, all of these words. Yeah, don't abolish CFPB. Certain things should be changed, but to abolish it is crazy, bro. To abolish Medicaid is crazy because it is popular with a high percentage of people in each party, not solely people in the Democratic Party. To eliminate certain things would be crazy. To eliminate U.S. aid would be crazy. There's good things, there's bad things pertaining to it. The DEI in Serbia, in what way is this relevant to America first? DEI Serbia, crazy, but there are good things pertaining to U.S. aid. So to abolish that would be crazy too. Yeah, certain things DJT did are crazy, bro. But other things are good. Saying men have to stay away from women's sports based. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Certain people who are true illegals got deported. There's fewer illegal aliens here, but a bad thing he did was illegally detain people who opposed Israel but were not in support of Hamas, the terror group. They just opposed the truly destructive and odious things that befell innocent Gazans. The illegal settlement of elderly people, crippled people. What? Yeah. Yeah, the illegal, the displacement of elderly people, crippled people, the denial of access to food, fuel, and other things, bro. Yeah, these people, these F1 visa holders, these green card holders, they are not in support. They are not in support of Hamas. They just execrate. They just detest and execrate the true occupation and real genocide and real mass slaughter of 50K plus people in Gaza, bro, including kids and women, bro. They oppose that. They oppose these things. They oppose that BS. But they still got illegally detained and sent to different states. Disappeared. Yeah, craziness, bro. But DJT, he everything is not bad. Everything is not bad pertaining to DJT. Everything is not bad pertaining to DJT. He he's typically a minion of Israel, of Netanyahu's. He's typically a lackey, a puppet. But in this case, but the case in which he diverged from Netanyahu on the Iran stuff, on attacking Iran. Yeah, that was laudable, respectable, praiseworthy, to be extolled, to be venerated, to be commended.
Leader and carry that respect and do what a competent leadership. For us to be what we're supposed to be, a world leader, and carry that respect and do what a world power like us should be doing. And so he's like, he needs opposition to bounce off of. He needs that competition to motivate him or something. This is who Trump is. And this statement right here, competent leadership. For us to be what we're supposed to be, a world leader and carry
Roman is a registered Democrat.
Should be doing. And so he's like,
but he's no puppet of the Dem Party. He isn't a Republican puppet either. He said he doesn't. He's no Trump puppet either. He said he doesn't agree with everything DJT does. He doesn't agree with everything he says, but Trump he was the better option, bro. He was the better pick in the when he went to the voting booth, bro. So yeah, in what way can you really hate this dude Roman Reigns? He can have his own opinion, bro. He can vote for who he wants. It is He should be permitted to have his own thoughts. He should be permitted to have and form his own thoughts with no worry of of hatred, vilification, deprecation, obloquy, calumny, aspersiveness, scurrilousness, defamatory-ish words. People can say negative things pertaining to DJT. They have the First Amendment right to criticize Roman Reigns, but to verbally abuse Roman Reigns, to calumniate, to asperse, to deprecate Roman Reigns is a different thing. It is going too far, bro. It is doing way too much. Chill, bro. Let people think for themselves, bro. Yo, be empathetic. You don't want MAGA people to vilify and defame you. So don't vilify and defame them. Us. Don't vilify or defame us MAGA people, bro.
In business politics, he says, I'm supporting a bright future for our country, positive and competent leadership for us to be what we're supposed to be, a world leader, and carry that respect and do what a world power like us should be doing. And so he's like, he needs opposition to bounce off of. He needs that competition to motivate him or something. This is who Trump is. And this statement right here has created a monumental meltdown right here. This account, Lisa Green right here, says a saga in 2 minutes about the IWC meltdown over Roman Reigns supporting President Trump. Peak mental illness you won't see in any other fandom. I disagree with the fact that you won't see that in any other fandom.
Traitorism, perfidy.
Any of these fandoms where their hero has an opinion, especially on Donald Trump, won't see that in any other fandom. Any of these fandoms where their hero has an opinion, especially on Donald Trump, they all freak out. We've seen it in Star Wars, we'll see it in Marvel, we'll see it in DC, we've seen it in sports. These people are fucking broken. It's why I always
unhealthy,
put
bro.
it out there.
Dysfunctional.
I'm a Trump supporter. If you don't like that, I don't give a fuck. But to be fair, you shouldn't worry or care what my political opinions are. Because it really doesn't matter. But if it matters to you so much that you want to try and screech and cry and whine, then so be it. I will never apologize for it because I don't care. And I don't actually want people like this that are so mentally broken over
to be
one opinion
around,
to be a fan of mine anyway.
Facts.
Because
they're too fragile, too weak,
too. Look at me. I'm not even a fan of
They're
Roman
too
Reigns.
brittle. They're too brittle.
I'm a fan of CM Punk. One opinion to be a fan of mine anyway, because they will always cancel you. Look at me. I'm not even a fan of Roman Reigns. I'm a fan of CM Punk.
Same. I do like Roman and CM. This man is a fan of both. They're both accomplished, both very good. They do bring different styles. They do have different styles. They do come with different They do come with different styles, but they're both talented. They're both very skilled, adept, proficient at what they do. Yeah, they're both multi-time champions, bro. Yeah, they both get busy, bro. CM Punk is a GOAT, one of the GOATs, the first ever world straight edge world heavyweight champ. He is a fellow Chicago native of mine. He is a fellow straight edge person of mine. He is dope, laudable, great. This dude is a former WWE champ. He's a former WWE champion. He is a former WWE champion. A former ECW champion. A former ECW champion. Big facts. He won the Money in the Bank. This dude, he's done almost everything, bro. Great, sublime, rad, incredible, amazing. He is that dude, bro. Yeah. He will be missed when he leaves. He will be missed. He will, yeah. This dude, he will never be forgotten, bro. He will be forever remembered he will forever be remembered in the annals of history as one of the GOATs. He will be remembered as one of the GOATs in the annals of history. Word. Yeah. Certain people are angry with Punk too. They say he's working for a MAGA company, he responded saying, "What do you want me to do? Quit just because you are fragile and weak, bro? Nah, bro." He has connections with certain people there. He has great connections with people there, with certain people there. He enjoys what he is doing still. He still has the love for wrestling in this company, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah. There's stability, financial stability. There's financial stability in this. For what reason should he quit, bro? Because fragile fans are in their fifis, bro. They can't handle people who disagree. They can't. They can't. They can't. They are unable to handle the views of people who disagree politically with them. They can't handle different views. Crazy, bro. He told these people, okay, he said he's doing great things in real life for people, bro. He doesn't broadcast his the great things he does because he's not looking for bragging rights or validation from people. He does stuff BTS, bro. He does stuff for less fortunate people, bro. But he doesn't feel the need to brag, to boast, to gasconade to people on social media. He's doing stuff the logical, the proper way. He's not doing things for his gain or for his ego, bro. He's doing it because he really cares. He said, "What are these fragile fans doing for real? Nothing. They just cry. All they do is be and moan." It is craziness, bro. Chill. People have to chill, bro. People must chill, yo. People must take chill pills. It ain't that serious, yo. Yeah. It is okay. It is okay. Be chill, yo. Please chill, D. Please take a chill pill.
Be a fan of mine anyway, because they will always cancel you. Look at me. I'm not even a fan of Roman Reigns. I'm a fan of CM Punk. Phil Brooks, which is CM Punk's real life name.
Yeah.
Phil Brooks is a left-wing nut job.
He is woke.
I think CM Punk is a very entertaining
but
wrestler.
He is
He's
a goat.
In the ring. He's fantastic on the mic. He's been in the game for a long time. I followed him when he left WWE.
Yeah, he left in 2014. He left. Then he came back 10 years later. Last year, he came back. He did return. He did return. He came back. It was crazy. The reaction, the response. People went crazy, bro, in a good way. People were so happy he returned, bro. People were so happy he returned. People were so happy he returned. Yeah, bro. He went to AEW. He was there for a while. Then he came back to WWE, bro. Yeah, certain people thought he would never come back, bro, because certain things happened. Yeah, he had beef with certain people, bro. Yeah, it was crazy, bro, but he came back. He came back for sure. Yeah, it was crazy. The reaction, the response, the response from the WWE universe.